Very good evening to everyone. We are here with yet another session, and this session is totally different. It's not about the process of theoretical knowledge or practical knowledge. It's all about the experience, what you have to do through this process of learning. So this process of learning will be explained by Anuja as Phenany, and she will be having a very new approach of thought process, not by someone, by herself, first experienced. Then she try to explain everyone, like try to explain each and everyone to what she learned. And her page is MUDITA. If I'm wrong, she will correct that sentence and she will teach you the Reiki part, a bit of that numerology part, and something which is related to your life and the clinical aspects related to it. So thank you so much, Anuja. You have come to our platform and sharing your perspective of different knowledge with all of us. Thank you so much.
First of all, I would like to thank Bhavit sir and Team YG for having me here and giving me this platform for presenting my work. So I'm really grateful to you. Okay, I'll first introduce myself. Okay, I'm Anuja Phenany. I'm a first year BNY student from Vadodara. Also, I am a certified Reiki healer, tarot card reader, past life regression therapist, and I know a little bit of numerology. Um, So basically, in the month of April 2020, I decided to make my quarantine more productive by starting an Instagram page, which is named as Mudita Tarot. The basically why Mudita, because the name itself specifies the motto of my page or the prime goal of my page. Mudita means the joy that you feel after helping someone out or by looking at someone's well-being, and basically this is the whole idea of my project. As you can see, I've tried summing it up over here. Reiki is basically a form of energy healing by which you can heal a person at all the planes of being by working with their chakras on emotional, spiritual, and even physical level. Tarot is a kind of tool of divination using which you can tap into the subconscious of a person, and you can see that on the cards and help them make a very conscious decision about their life uh, to create the desired future. And past life regression, now this is something new and it is not known by much people. So it is a technique wherein you can regress a person into their memories of this lifetime as well as into their past. And how that can help us is by knowing, we can know why a current pattern is being repetitively happening in this life. So to break that karmic cycle, we can regress them back into their past life and know why thing is going on the way it is. And also we can treat phobias, because I'll elaborate more on that later. Numerology, it can help you see through a person by just looking at their name number and by looking at their psychic number, which is calculated on the basis of their name and birth date. I'll elaborate on it later. So starting with Reiki, to understand Reiki, first we need to take a few steps back and understand the nature of energy. So we all know that nature is at the core of everybody, everything, and it is the element in universe which unifies all of us. Right? Even now we know that we are constantly being surrounded by an energy field which is always there and it will always be there, and it affects us. And the most interesting part is we ourselves are also energy bodies. So, with this information in hand, we can conclude that all of us, you and me, are connected to each other energetically to some extent. Now, moving ahead, now let's understand the term Reiki. So, it comprises of two words, which is Japanese, that is Rei, which means universal, Ki, which means life force energy. So when we say Reiki, it means universal life force energy. Now, if we have to define what Reiki is, so it's a non-invasive non-invasive healing technique. And non-invasive, it means that we dissect the person or do not do any surgery while doing this healing. You all a master has to do, like a master like me, Reiki master or Reiki practitioner has to do, is become a channel between the universe, which is the source from where energy comes, and the subject or patient. It can be anyone, human being, plant, or animal. So my duty would be just to become a channel and, you know, connect you to the universe, channel that energy of universe through me to you. And all I have to do is set an intention why I am giving you that energy, so that it creates healing in you, it promotes healing in you. And the energy is very intelligent. Once you just set intention, like for example, I have to cure your stomach ache, and I say that I'm providing this healing for your greatest and highest good and to cure your stomach pain. It will work only and only in favor of your betterment. It will not do you any harm. So it does not have any side effect. And it might also probably in promoting healing wherever it is needed in the body. So it will always work in favor for you. And in Reiki, one more thing to be focused on is hands. Like your hands will be your integral tool throughout the process. Basically, why hands? Because you set an intention of sending energy to your patient or subject. So with hands, by using hands, you can measure or feel the concentration of energy or the intensity of energy, and you can change it or moderate it if you require to, or if you think it should be more intense and concentrated to promote healing. So your hand can give you a very good idea about the intensity of energy and if at all you need to improve on it. So who can perform Reiki? Absolutely anyone can perform Reiki because it is an inherent part of us, just the way we say prana in yogic concept or chi in the Chinese system of medicine. It is in the same way, it is a part of us, so anyone can perform it. It is like having all the ingredients to bake a cake, but not in recipe, right? So for that recipe, you need to approach a guru and get yourself attuned. Only when you have recipe you can actually bake the cake and not just with the tools. And that is the only reason why we cannot just perform Reiki in day-to-day life. We need to have the recipe. Another example with which I can explain you the existence of Reiki or existence of the energy uh, is with this example of a radio. Now imagine you would want to listen to a song. So for listening to a song, you would go get a radio, right? So for feeling Reiki, you would go to a master. And then after getting the radio, you would turn it on and purposely tune into the channel to feel the energy or to listen to the song basically. It is the same way, it works in the same way. You approach a Reiki master, just the way you would go and take the radio in hand, and then you tune into the energy. So the Reiki master, he tunes your energy with the frequency of the energy of the universe, if I have to say it that way to explain you. And initially you would listen to a very fuzzy noise because you wouldn't be attuned in the first go itself. So as you practice and as you do Reiki on a regular basis, then you would tune into the perfect channel and listen to the music clearly. That is, you would start feeling Reiki intensely and you would know the existence of it. So that's the whole game. Here, I have a small exercise with which I can make you feel Reiki. And if you are wishing to actually feel it, all you have to do is sit cross-legged, cross-legged posture, and place both your hands on your thighs facing upward towards the sky. All right. And then you can just follow my instruction and see if it works for you. Okay. So close your eyes and imagine a beautiful ray of light pouring onto your crown chakra. This light is coming from the divine. From the crown chakra, imagine it, visualize it entering your third eye chakra. Then see it descending more down into your throat, From the throat chakra, it moves further down into your heart chakra, and on its way, it removes all the blocks from your body. From the heart, it will move further down to your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and finally to your root chakra. From there, it passes into your thighs, knees, calf muscles, further down into your feet, up to the toes. The energy is continuously flowing into you from the source. Allow it. Descending further down into your forearm, then into your palm. Now feel the warmth of that energy on your palms. Now imagine this energy coming out from your right palm and entering in your left palm. Do the same with the left palm. Imagine the energy flowing from your left hand into your left palm, from the left palm into the right palm. Once you have done this and once you can visualize the energy exchange between your left and right palms, bring them close together and play with that light of energy. Move your palms a little away, then focus on the energy between your hands. Visualize making a ball out of it, a round, glorious ball of energy. You can compress it. As you compress, you will feel the resistance. Continue doing it until you actually feel the resistance in between your palms. Once you feel the presence of Reiki, you can either give this energy to the room in which you are sitting, or you can just put it in your heart and express gratitude to the universe. So, when you do it for the first time, there are chances that you might not really feel it very intensely, because you can try it when you are alone and when you are free. You can try this exercise and actually set your focus completely in between your palms and feel the resistance, feel the warmth. I am doing it right now and I can still feel the warmth in between my hands. When you practice this for 3 to 4 times, mostly by fourth time, you would feel the presence of Reiki in between your hands. And that energy, when you compress it, you basically concentrate it, and anything in diffuse state, nothing can cause healing. So when you basically concentrate it, you can send it with an intention of healing, so that it actually does whatever is the necessity for promoting health in the individual. So that is the way in which you can feel Reiki. But that's not it. Reiki is usually taught in 3 levels. So the first degree, it just comprises of the elementary teaching and you getting attuned to the channel, that is to the universe. And basic, you taught the basics of it, like who found it, the history, and the hand placements, where you should place your hands on the patient or for yourself, like on the forehead, then on the throat, on the ears. And similarly, like there are 21 positions for it. The actual game of Reiki, the actual essence of Reiki, it does not lies in just feeling the energy, but to concentrate it. And how do you concentrate that? That you will be learning in the second degree, which comprises of symbols, which makes the power in between your hands, concentrated and stronger. This just like we have Lam, Ram, the Bija mantras for the chakras. Similarly, even these symbols they act as a tool. Uh, it was founded by Mikao Usui. I haven't mentioned his name over here. So, the essence of Reiki lies in learning the symbols. Okay, and the third degree uh, it comprises basically of becoming a Reiki master, which means by the time you reach the third degree, you will be able not only to heal yourself, but you can give Reiki to others. And you would learn the most amazing thing about this healing technique, that is distance healing, which means the physical presence of both recipient and the giver is not needed to be in one place, right? Like from here I can give you Reiki even if you are in Pune, or even if you are in Chennai, or even if you are in Africa or anywhere. So that's the fun part of it, because energy is everywhere and we are all linked. And it actually works, trust me, because many a times I have even got intuitions about people saying things to me, like saying things like, I am depressed and I don't know what to do, please text me. And as soon as I check my phone, I would have the literal same text in my phone. So yeah, it helps you strengthen your intuition, and you can, you become a psychic. It actually happens, and it has happened with me like 3 to 4 times, so I'm sure it's definitely not a coincidence. So yeah, that's the beauty of it. To know more, you can drop me a DM, and I would love to help you. Now, tarot is not a tool which is directly used for healing or in medication. These are basically a deck of 78 cards, and each card is very unique. It represents life situations, opportunities, and all the things, feeling unhealthy, or maybe just little pictures on them which represent the definition of what tarot is. Basically, when you draw 3 cards after asking a specific question to it, it also shows you the things that is going on in a person's mind, that is whatever is there in the situation, even past incidences. Is that okay? Yeah. I'm sorry in case you missed out on something. I'll just repeat what I said about tarot. So these are basically 78 cards in a deck, which is used for tapping into the subconscious of a person and knowing what he is situation or what he has gone through in the past, and to know what the fruits of his action would be in the future. So fortune telling is a very limited definition of what tarot is, because when you go to an astrologer, he just tells you the future, and if it is not in your favor, you feel very stuck and you feel very negative about life. But that is not the thing with tarot. Tarot helps you to create your future by being conscious about what actions you take in the current situation. So basically, if I have to sum up, I would say manasthiti is equal to parasthiti. The way you are thinking, the way your outer reality is, it is just the reflection of your inner world. So it helps you to counsel a person to be more positive, more conscious, and more aware in his life while making decisions, so that he can have the outcomes in his favor always. Yeah, you can turn the tables around with it. So there are total 78 cards, but here I've shown you a few. They're very unique, and each represents a pool of meaning and not just a single meaning. Okay, now coming to past life regression. how it is done, how you regress a person back into his past or memories of his childhood. It happens with the help of hypnosis, but people have a very bad notion with it. They think that it is somewhat like, hypnotizing a person and then manipulating it. No, hypnosis isn't about that. It is basically a level of relaxation where you just shift the consciousness of a person, like it's just a deep level of relaxation the way we have it in yog nidra, similar to that, not exactly on it more. So basically there are four level of hypnosis, and that is like levels as in the states of mind, which is beta, alpha, theta, and beta is the state of conscious mind. Like I am talking to you, so right state of beta. Right. So when your client comes to you for past life regression, he would be in the state of beta. But when you start giving him suggestions to undergo hypnosis, first he would go into a light state of relaxation, and that state would be alpha. Right? That is the point where you would be giving him suggestions to visualize things or giving him suggestion to recall a memory so that you can regress him into past life or probably in his childhood memory. So that is the level where a very deep level of relaxation takes place. Like at that point you have almost switched off the conscious mind, and you have shifted the focus to the subconscious, where the subconscious actually starts expressing itself and its memory which it has stored in it basically. And yeah, so and the most deep level of relaxation or the extreme level of relaxation is delta, wherein the superconscious becomes active. Now this is a state of consciousness which occurs between two lives, that is after your death and before you actually take birth in the next life. So that is a state of delta, where you feel extremely relaxed. And when we work on that in past life regression, we just take them to the level of theta, and that is the time when we are actually making them recall the memories which has caused them trauma, and to heal those trauma, to get rid of phobias. We all know that we are basically souls, and we carry vasanas and sanskaras from past life into this life. So for example, if a person is scared of an ocean, okay, like he has a phobia of ocean, like going near ocean. So and probably when you do a past life regression from it, you might find out that in his past life he died by drowning in the ocean, and that is why in his current lifetime he is having those imprints and fear of ocean. So when you do a regression for a person, he basically starts feeling, and you can help him get over with that fear, make him a strong person. So that is how you can use past life regression for treating phobia, then breaking life patterns if something is happening repeatedly, if there are failures repeatedly in life. So to, or maybe you can just train his mind to be to develop a new thinking pattern. So even that can be done with hypnosis. Yeah, the things to do for doing a past life regression, yeah, the things to do for doing a past life regression, which means that you alone cannot take all the responsibility. The client which is coming to you should have his consent that yeah, he is ready to undergo this experience, changes after he understands whatever had happened in his past life is affecting him right now. So yeah, so it should be both ways, you need the collaboration for a successful session. If he is skeptical about it, so chances are that you might not be able to regress him. So you need to give them proper explain everything and get their consent. Then comes post cognition. That is a part of suggestion therapy. Basically, you give them suggestion to recall some memories from their current life, and then finally from their past life. Like, where are you standing? What do you see under your feet? How is the ground? Or what is your name? By what name are people calling you? So you give them suggestion. You make them understand where they are and recall memory. Then sensory thought. Now, at times, it might happen when you regress them to the point in which they are facing a trauma, like you make them recall a memory in which they were going through a very bad time. So it might be possible that in that state, they might feel that they are living the moment again. They might even experience that death again, and they that can scare them, right? Then, like, literally you can see them being restless in that point of time. You can see them moving on the bed, or you can actually see them getting restless in their body. You can see that restlessness in the body. And so at that time, it is very important for you to be calm and be prepared to experience such kind of a situation and to properly deal with it. So you need to be prepared, and you just cannot get into past life regression, doing a past life regression therapies for someone. So that thing you should keep in mind, that you will have to deal with such situations. And confidence is the key. You need to be very confident about what you're doing. If at all you are giving suggestions and you seem really underconfident with your suggestion, it wouldn't work. So that confidence should be felt in your voice or words when you give suggestions, and that will be one of the key to a successful past life regression. Yeah, so you shouldn't be in doubt with yourself. Then coming to numerology, a lot can be said about past life and even the rest two topics, but for now I'm keeping it short. So moving ahead to numerology, basically we all have heard about it. It is not a less known topic or something like that. It uses number to know, as a key to human behavior or to analyze the behavior of a person. And for that, either you can know the birth date of the person and the name of the person. Mostly this much is enough. Like, my birth date and my name would be enough for a numerologist to analyze my behavior or to know about me, or to make a detailed report about me. So yeah, that is how it works. I wouldn't go into the detail of, psychic number or, name number, what it represents and indicates, because I'm sure a lot of information is there about it on the internet. Like, if a person is born on 1, or if a person is born on 10, or if a person is born on 28, so it sums up to number 1, like 2 plus 8 is 1. So that is what you do in numerology, and you reduce the number to a single digit, and then you tell the psychic character of a person. Like, now 1 represents the sun, so that person might have, leadership qualities. He might have some ego in him. He would be egoistic, or, he would have that radiance. People would like being around him, just the way all planets revolve around the sun and things like that. So I'm not going into detail about that, but yeah, only 1 to 9 numbers are taken into consideration. Like, all the other numbers are, summed up and brought to a single digit. And that is how you work with it and know the behavioral pattern of a person. So one interesting thing which I know and which I have read is that 1 to number 8, they represent the primordial nature of Prakriti. That is, we know, right? Three guna and the 5 mahabhuts, Jastamas, and then the 5 elements. And 9 represents the Purusha. Now, why 9 represents the Purusha? Because if you add 1 to 9, so 9 wouldn't lose its identity. Like, after adding 1 and 9, you get a 10. So if you add 1 and 0 again, you would get 1. And the rest is true for all the numbers. If you add 2 plus 9, it will give 11. 1 plus 1 is again 2. So consciousness is eternal, remains there always. Only the way in which Prakriti represents herself, the way in which she expresses herself, that keeps changing. Quality of all the rest of the number 1 to 8, whereas Purusha remains intact. So how can numerology help us in our practice? So first of all, when it helps you read a person by knowing just the birth date. Okay. By knowing the name number, that is, each alphabet is assigned a number. So when we make, suppose my name is Anuja, and A would be assigned a number, N would be assigned a number. So when we make a total of it and reduce to a single digit, that gives us a name number. And name number helps us to know how the world would perceive me, perceive me, like what they think about me, or how do I appear to them, and those things. So it is related to how a person is looked at in the society. But when we just consider the birth number on which I am born, for example 17, when we just consider that date, so that shows the psychic ability of a person or psychic nature of the person, how his behavior would be. Is he rigid or is he very flexible? So it might help you to tackle with that person, how you have to convince him or how you will have to approach with him. Some might be really emotional and they might need that kind of an approach. Some might reasoning into everything and they wouldn't get convinced in one go. So it might help you understand how to deal with that person. Then for your own self, it will help understand why things are happening in your life. Like for example, 8 is a very karmic number, like it is the most karmic number. So people who are born on 8th, 17th or 26th for that matter, they struggle a lot through their lives. uh, it is said so, and even I have seen that and noticed that with people. So they struggle a lot. So when a person understands that is because of the karmic depth, so they develop a consciousness about how they need to have really good karma in this life of theirs, and they really cannot escape from it. And another thing is that numbers help you understand your strength and weaknesses. Very authoritative, are you very authoritative, or are you very lazy, or what can cause you harm? So you can really strengthen the good points of yours by knowing its relationship with the numbers, or you can just work on the weaknesses. So you can accept and work on the weaknesses and become a better version of yourself. So yeah, that is how it can help you. uh, I know I haven't covered all the aspects of all the four topics, but I have tried to give you an idea. So that is all I have. In case if you wish to know more about this subject, you can drop me a DM on Instagram. I would love to help you all. And yeah, thank you, Bhavit sir and OYG, for having me.
Thank you so much for the wonderful session. I hope the three trifolds of your page is shown here, and that trifolds makes me to understand how a personal and the clinical approach can be done if you are a doctor of lifestyle doctor, or you are doing treating lifestyle disorders. So this is a kind of different approach, and that's what we are looking for. And as you are the first year student, I am so glad to connect with you, and our pages platform is connected with you to your initiative with our initiative to bring out something good. So thank you so much, Anuja, to come on our platform. Thank you.
Forgive me if I've done any mistake. This is my first time. So yeah, but thank you for having me here. It was a great experience, exploring my abilities.